welcome to another video. IOANISJO here. I've been editing with Sony Vegas Pro for nearly 7 years, since the Vegas 13 or 14, I barely remember. And if you ask me, you know, you haven't been uploading for so long and stuff, I'm gonna show you right here in the bottom corner. As you can see, that was 5 years ago. I was uploading a lot of videos in Greek back then. I haven't got all of these videos in my channel anymore, because I switched to darkness, my old friend. However, yesterday I edited my first video, which is the top 4 neck callout. I'm not sure when you're gonna watch this video, but that was my first video in DaVinci. And yeah, let's talk about why I switched.
Many months later.
The Fitness Gram Pacer test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets more difficult.
Here we have Vegas Pro and here we have DaVinci Resolve. So there's a huge difference, as you can see. Here we have our media, we can throw them here. That's an old video, by the way. And as you saw, like, it takes a lot of time to load all the content you want. Up here you can see their icons if you want to crop the image, which is a bit complicated because it's kind of inverted, and sometimes if you want to add the specific title or something else, you cannot put it like in the corners. It's kind of restricted. It doesn't let you do whatever you want, or it's a bit more complicated that I didn't know. Here you have the effects. For the effects icons, you have all those, and if you have a lot of scenes, if you have cut, like, I don't know, this whole footage into 20 clips, you need to do every single time the same effects for each clip. Like, you have to let's say you have those here, so then you have to add that, add. Okay, then you got into this thingy until you press until you choose what you want to do, and you have to do for each clip separately. The same process takes a lot of time if you wanna work with a video with a lot effect for audio or video separately. For text you have to right click and insert media, blah 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 blah. Also, this program, it crashed so many times while I was editing, which literally raged me. There were days I lost my motivation to make a video, or days I didn't want to make a video because of this program. I have also worked with Premiere Pro and After Effects, and Vegas, of course. That's why I gave a chance to DaVinci. So let's close this program. I don't want to see that again. Yeah, this DaVinci is really similar to Premiere. But Premiere got a lot of bugs. The only problem I had with DaVinci during my editing was when I was rendering. I have a lot of problems with the program crashing when I was rendering with specific settings. Here's the clip. And yeah, I mean, the only problem I have with DaVinci Resolve so far is a bit with the render. First of all, I did a mistake, and I probably didn't choose like the right settings from the start when I started this project, which was my first video editing with DaVinci the same day that I learned it. So yeah, I was trying to render it. I ended up rendering it with 30 frames instead of 60 that it should be, as the content was 60. That might make my video be laggy. Yeah. So I ended up have all those failed thingies here. And it was not only 7 times I tried, it was like over 12 or something. So so anyway, let's dive into DaVinci. From here you have access to your computer, your external drives, here you can find your info and stuff. But anyway, you can throw your media here, and also if you're not sure which is the clip, you can also play pause with really high quality. Of course, you can access that from the settings right here. I haven't understood very well. I need to go through that better the next time. On Vegas Pro, I didn't have high quality and lot of frames on the preview. If I would go with high frames, it would lag. So then you have the cutscene. This is what I like about this program. You have all those different sections right here, and as I'm quite like a perfectionist. I want everything in sections and organized. So this is another thing I like here. So you can go through the cutscene if you want to have like smooth and more detailed cuts for your video. However, you can skip that. I don't use it so far. I go straight to the edit, so don't get scared. So up here you have your media. If you want, you can add more media. You don't need to go back here. Here you have all the effects. So if you want to add a transmission, you don't need to right click like in the Vegas and add a transmission. You can click it and pull it wherever you want. This works with transmissions, audio transmissions, titles / text, generators, effects, and blah 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 blah. There are a lot of things. On the right hand side, on top corner right here, you can reposition it with more detail, but you can also drag it from here, so you can move it like that. You can also crop the image, which makes much easier instead of getting in a very complicated section. Dynamic zoom, which is make it more simple for newbies like me. The effects overlay and annotations, I don't use them that much, but you can go through that as well. So down here you have this is another massive plus for this program. So you have obviously your video and your audio sections down here, but there's a line here that splits them up. So here you have only the video and here only the audio. You don't mix those up. Another beautiful tool is, while you're editing, if you're gonna go up here, you can zoom really close with details, and you can zoom out quite fast. Also, you can use your alt and do it manually, but well, you have it ready, buddy. You have the control room here. You can get rid of them by clicking the spectre up here and use with dual screen. However, I don't. Up here you can click and get rid of those, but I like them, so I want them there. Also, you can use with different timelines, and when you have different timelines, like your timeline 1 is a primer one and you have a secondary one, like working another mini clip or video, when you finish the timeline 2 as you want it, you'll find it or your media pool section. That means you can pull the timeline 2 to the timeline 1, and then boom. You also have the mixer down here. I want it as a meter though. And yeah, you have sound library and other stuff. Then you can go to Fusion if you want to work 3D text or different other stuff. I haven't used that, so I can't explain you very well. I will need to watch a tutorial, but it has to do with text and 3D stuff. Then you go to the another beautiful and interesting section, which is the color section. Something that you really need to make your video stand out and make them look cool. I know you can see a lot of stuff is very complicated and you're like, what the heck is that? So here you can see are all your clips of your video, starts from the first one till the last one, obviously. Here is a small form of how it looks like, I mean your editing and stuff, like all your layers kind of. And here you have different stuff. You have the curves, you can play with the qualifier, window, tracker, blur, key, sizing. Also on the bottom left you have different sections right here. You can play with all of them, but I prefer the color wheels because it's easier to increase or decrease the lift, gamma, gain or offset. And down here you can play with your contrast, pivot, I don't know what's that. And the saturation and hue depends what you want to achieve. Up here you can connect different effects or clips if I'm not mistaken. And on the down right you can see the color, so you can balance, play with your contrast and saturation, but see with the limits how you want them. It depends on what you want to achieve on your video, don't forget that. We also have this good thing, which what it does is you can either drag around like that, or you can play with a circle right here and play with a color on a specific place, either if it will be a line or something that you're gonna drag like a polygon or a circle. We're not using that though for now. Also you can play with that as well, which is similar to the first one we explained. And as you can see here, the key is the what we selected before, but if I will undo that, it will not be like that probably. So anyway, you can play with that as much as you want. Then you can go to the Fairlight, which is a very detailed studio for the sound. You can have up to 39 layers of sound, which I will never do. The maximum I had so far is 10 or 12. Anyway, down here you can play with the dynamics and the pan and the blah de blah de blah, very detailed as well. And finally you go to the deliver. Up here on the left you can see different ways to render your video, which could be custom, YouTube video, and different other things, even Premiere, so you can work on Premiere, continue something. Just please remember here before, sometimes you might not get the 60 FPS you want because you didn't do that from the start, as we previously mentioned. The link will be in the description. Is totally for free, guys. This is the crazy thing, like Vegas and Premiere, they have subscriptions, or you can purchase it like for a big amount. It's really expensive and not worth it. However, DaVinci gives you the opportunity as a content creator to edit, but even for filmmakers. And if you do, there are like some extra tools that they offer if you purchase the full program, which is on £300, but you get extra tools only for filmmakers. For content creator you have everything you want. So that was the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully I convinced you, give it a try. And if you have given it a try, hopefully you saw something that you didn't know. Of course I didn't go to details because I'm a beginner as well. Yeah, so please subscribe, like, leave your comments because I read them and I love them. Share this video and I will see you in the next video.